So I have to tell you, I really didn't expect to go viral on the internet yesterday. I really didn't. I did not see this one coming. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought that this story would get a fair bit of attention compared to other stories simply because the examples are so overtly racist. But you have to understand that I've been screaming about this stuff in organizations for the better part of a year, and it never gets this much attention. And so it's a blessing to have millions of people have their eyes opened to what's going on with this quote-unquote, anti-racist training. And we're going to put it in quotes because anytime we say anti-racist, we really mean overtly and aggressively racist. So I broke this story yesterday of images of an internal employee training at the Coca-Cola company where employees are literally taught to try to be less white. And it got a lot of attention. As of this morning, we have over 15.5 million views just on this tweet alone. It's been covered all over the place in lots of different news outlets. And I just want to add a little bit more context to this story because a lot of people are calling for a boycott of Coca-Cola. I am not in favor of a boycott of Coca-Cola. I'm not. I'm going to tell you why. Coca-Cola is not the primary problem in this scenario. They are not. Should they be doing this training with their employees? No, absolutely not. But they are not the problem. Robin DiAngelo is the problem because this all comes from Robin flippin' DiAngelo. So you can see here, a lot of people were saying yesterday, like, can you verify this is true? Can you verify this is true? Well, yes, actually, rather easily I can verify that it's true because the training course that Coca-Cola was using for its employees is a course that is available on the LinkedIn Learning platform, which so many companies use this platform for their internal training purposes. And that's why when we look at some of these images, you'll be able to see. Let's look at this one. You'll be able to see the little Coca-Cola tag in the upper right-hand corner, but this is all on LinkedIn. You can see in this image right here, LinkedIn Learning. This is all on LinkedIn that Coca-Cola is using as its internal platform, but anyone can actually go on to LinkedIn Learning and take this course. And the course is understanding what it means to be white, challenging what it means to be racist, and it's from the course Confronting Racism with Robin DiAngelo. Thousands of companies are having their employees do this type of training. Boycotting Coca-Cola is not going to stop this training. Coca-Cola is not the thing that needs to be boycotted. Robin DiAngelo is the thing that needs to be boycotted. And I am really excited that so much attention is being paid to Coca-Cola right now, where they've actually had to issue a public statement about this. I'll get to that in a second. But the reality is that Coca-Cola is not the only company doing this training. There are probably thousands of companies out there that are doing this training, telling their employees, very literally, try to be less white. Try to be less white, will ya? And so, listen, here's the big point I want to make. One thing you should all keep in mind is that Coke probably isn't the only company that's using this training with their employees. It's on LinkedIn Learning. Any company can do it. What other companies are making their employees do it? Listen, I wanted to do this video as a form of outreach. If you are working at a company that is asking you to do this training, I want you to get in touch with me. I want you to let me know, man. And you can do this in a way that I will keep your identity completely private. As you can see, I haven't revealed the identity of the whistleblower, and I never reveal people's identities when they come forward with this particular information. So if you work for a company that is having your employees do this training, please let me know. You can email me at activelyunwoke@gmail.com or alternatively activelyunwoke at protonmail.com. I'll see the Gmail one first, but I do know that a lot of you really like Proton Mail, so I've given you that option. The same address works at either place. Email me proof that your company is having you do these trainings. And frankly, it doesn't even need to be this training because there are all sorts of anti-racist trainings that exist out there that are teaching employees exactly the same thing, that are forcing white employees to apologize for the skin color that they were born with, that is an immutable characteristic that they cannot change in any way, shape, or form. So if your company is doing any of these trainings, please let me know. I will blow the lid off it. I am happy to do so. I also wanted to give one last quick update because Coca-Cola confirmed that I am right about their training. Oh my gosh, so many ads on this one. Let's see. This is from Kyle Becker. After a public relations fiasco, Coca-Cola has effectively conceded that some of its employees participated in a public LinkedIn learning seminar that advocated that some of its employees be less white. The training curriculum was first exposed by me, an organizational psychologist who is working to end the racially divisive ideology of critical race theory. And thank you, Kyle, for referring to me as an organizational psychologist first and a YouTuber second. Side note, pet peeve. Like, when people refer to me as a YouTuber rather than an organizational psychologist, it really drives me nuts, man. YouTube required opening a Gmail account. My work is years of my life put into this, so I do appreciate you referring to me as an organizational psychologist first, Kyle. However, since then, mainstream media and left-wing outlets have largely avoided the hot topic. However, Blaze's public relations, Chris Pandolfo, obtained a statement from Coca-Cola that concedes its employees were told to take the seminar. The video circulating on social media is from a publicly available LinkedIn learning series that is not a focus of the company's curriculum. Our Better Together global learning curriculum is part of a learning plan to help build inclusive workplaces. It is comprised of a number of short vignettes, each a few minutes long. The training includes access to LinkedIn learning on a variety of topics, including on diversity, equity, inclusion. We will refine this curriculum. You notice they didn't deny that they made their employees take it in the course of the statement. Let's see. It is important to note this wording concedes it happened. Furthermore, it is not inclusive to attack particular individuals' racial background. That is, by definition, exclusive. The LinkedIn learning class called Confronting Racism with Robin DiAngelo is administered online. DiAngelo has become famous for her infamous book, White Fragility, has become somewhat of a celebrity by holding corporate struggle sessions on critical race theory. This has entailed charging up to $40,000 for a half-day indoctrination course to lecture audiences on the imagined perils of whiteness and white fragility. The prior description of the course included language that instrued people to be... God damn it. The prior description of the course included language that instructed people to be less white. We are not talking about a bug, but a feature of the lecture. The course description said it will cover understanding what it means to be white and challenging what it means to be racist. Students were instructed to be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain. We'd covered all that stuff yesterday. Candace Owens retweeted it. Yay. She says, if a corporate company sent around a training kit instructing Black people on how to be less Black, the world would implode and lawsuits would follow. Now, I will say some of the pushback I've got into this story are Black people saying, people have been telling us to act less Black forever. Like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you know what? Hey, listen, I'm going to say that's a legitimate complaint. No one should be telling anyone to be less Black or be less Latino or be less Native American or be less Asian or be less whatever. No one should be saying this directed at any race. It is not correct depending on which direction that you point it. It is racist regardless. So yes, that is a valid complaint. And yes, absolutely, I know that happens. I saw it happen yesterday. But no one should be doing that. And if you're against one, then you should be against the other. But really, guys, remember, our real enemy here is not Coca-Cola. Our real enemy is Robin DiAngelo. She is the one of many people. She's not the only one that does this. Of course, there are other people out there, but her training is used all over the place, and she doesn't ever put herself out there to be questioned or debated, and her training is set up in a way where it's completely unfalsifiable, where if you push back and you question, Robin DiAngelo, why are you telling me I'm a racist just because of the skin color that I was born? She's going to go, oh, your white fragility is showing. So she is the problem. I am not in favor of boycotting Coca-Cola. I am in favor of encouraging all of these companies that are doing this training to boycott Robin DiAngelo. And again, if your company is doing anything like this, I can blow the whistle on it, man. I can put that out there to get some attention on it, and I promise I will protect your identity. This stuff needs to stop. And the only way that it stops is by throwing as much daylight on it as we possibly can. And Coke learned their lesson yesterday. I think that Coke's very best play in this scenario would have been to throw Robin DiAngelo under the bus and say, you know what? Our bad. We are removing this from our training series. That's what Coke should have done. Did they do it? No, of course not, because this is the little game that we're playing. So I'm happy to continue shining light on this stuff for as long as we need to get it out of training curriculums. It is racist, it is harmful, it teaches people to hate themselves, and it doesn't contribute to the work environment in any way. So please reach out to me if you have any of these documents. If you enjoy this type of video, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, all that good stuff. That's all I've got for right now. I'll see you soon.